Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So we have another servant buff. I'm really happy that they're being super consistent with these. They're releasing a whole bunch of servant buffs this year, and Dion is getting a second buff. Originally Dion had a buff on Noble Phantasm. I mean, it wasn't the greatest buff in the world, but I do believe Dion needed work in the skill department, and yeah, still need a buff on that first and third skill. But the second skill, to me personally, I thought this is where Dion really needed a buff. Originally, this second skill was only remove own debuffs and increase own debuff resistance for 3 turns, 50 to 100%, and the cooldown was 5. I thought this was actually, not too bad of a skill, but I felt like it needed more, and yeah, they did add more to it. Now it has a 10 to 20% arts up for the party for 3 turns. That's 10 to 20%, and then a 50 to 100% buff removal resistance up to the party for 3 turns as well. So this is actually a really solid party buff, which is actually really nice. I mean, again, you want to put Dion in arts parties now because you can give that 10 to 20% arts up. It doesn't really benefit Dion too much because Dion's Noble Phantasm isn't really an attacking Noble Phantasm, but it does allow Dion to reduce all the enemy defense and attacks up to 30%, which is actually really nice if you have it at MP5. But the 50 to 100% buff removal resistance up is actually super good. Like, depending on the quests you go to, depending on the enemies that you go up against, this is actually a pretty nutty skill. Like, I actually believe that. Like, so Dion is actually Dion might actually be that servant that you might want to tech in those challenge quests every now and then. So yeah, this is actually a really solid buff in my opinion, a great support buff, and man, I'm actually excited for this one. Again, it really depends on the enemies that you go up against, but this is actually a pretty solid buff if you think about it. Now, I do think, again, Dion still needs work on the first and second skill, but this is actually, again, this skill alone, really great for challenge quests and against certain enemies. So no, this is, again, I'm actually pretty happy about this buff. This is definitely a buff that I'm a-okay with, and definitely a really good one. So yeah, that's gonna be about it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about Dion's new buff. Again, I personally think it's amazing, and yeah, I think you guys should feel the same way as well. Like, I think this is definitely a time where we can actually use Dion. Like, I don't think anyone has ever used Dion unless Dion was like literally your only gold servant, right? But with this, I think we'll be able to see Dion in challenge quests. So yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of party people will come up with Dion here. But anyways, that's basically going to be about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.